What up? What up? What up? We are DV, and today is motherfucking Thursday,
Thursday, yeah.
motherfucking 20th of March,
Sure.
2025.
Yeah.
And we are here on this beautiful ass day, just taking care of a little bit of biz, and just enjoying what life has to offer for today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every day that I wake up here, I gotta be honest, I'm very fucking grateful that I'm here. And I get to see shit like this. This is not a background. This is not a fake weird background. This ain't no AI, no green. This is real shit. This is nature.
Yeah.
It's real fucking nature. Real nature. My backyard. I'm
Right.
very appreciative of this.
So basically, we're enjoying ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And I got a question for the people who's not enjoying themselves right now. Why do you think people dread going to work? Right? For these people going to work today, why do you think you dread going to work? Why? Why do people dread going to work?
Shit. For one, a lot of people dread their job or going to work because it's that. It's work. It's a job. It's fucking arduous. It could be very repetitive, mechanical, and boring.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All those reasons right there is why people fucking hate getting up at 5 a.m., 2:30 a.m. I've done all that. 7 a.m. You know, even if it's 1 p.m. Some of us still just don't want to go.
Right.
There's a lot of different reasons, but those are just to name a few, the most obvious ones. Now, some jobs, most jobs, if I call jobs, let me remind you, if you look up the word job, if you look up work, that's what it is. It's, yes, it pays the bills, and that's why we justify going to it.
Mm-hmm.
We go because it pays the bills. It's the reason why our kids, if we can go to college, our kids can go to a good school for some of us. It's the reason why we have good health in some cases. Try not having money. Watch your health decline a little bit. Unless you're really, really good, you got really, really good health habits, which a lot of us don't, just naturally.
So these are the benefits of having a job, but how do you get to the point where you can enjoy your job? Because I've been to a place, I've had the job that paid well and took care of all the things that I needed to take care of, you know what I mean, on a material level.
Right.
But yet, my happiness was really being disturbed, right? I dreaded going to work. I'll be honest, there was a time where a job that I had where I hated the job so much, I considered committing suicide. I can laugh at that now, but
depressing.
I hated the job so much. I was so depressed about going to that job that I considered killing myself to not going to work. It was between going to work or not paying these bills. And I was like, these bills gotta be paid, but I can't do this. So I was considering killing myself. Fucked up, but it's true, right? So the question is, how do we come up with a way to enjoy your work? A job that may not necessarily be the thing that it just fits the most for you right now. How do you come up with a job to enjoy it though? How do you come up with a way to enjoy that job?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think this comes down to your imagination, your level of your ability to pretend, make believe. Be in it, but don't be completely immersed in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you could daydream. Almost like when you're daydreaming, you're there, but you're not there. I remember at one point in my life, I had a job that was on assembly line, and that is the most, in my opinion, in a warehouse too. And that's one of the most boring things I've ever done because it's just strictly focused on nothing but the product. There's no room or space or time to talk. There's no room or space to fucking.
Yeah, you feel like a fucking robot.
Yeah, you can't rate your grocery list. There's no time in between. You can't write no.
Grocery
You know
list.
what I mean?
I got fired from a job like that, by the way.
Yeah, you can't do none of the shit that you need to do, like in real life outside your job while you're there. And that's the way they want it. They want you to be completely immersed and focused on just the task.
Yeah.
I get that. On
Their task,
though.
Yeah.
But what about your life? What about shit that you got going? It don't stop for you.
Right.
So you got to find a way to fucking do that,
Exactly.
But my point is, it's like getting into your own space. This is probably the only real way I could see a motherfucker really doing that.
Right.
Get into your own space. Understand the job. Know what's going on. But still, look at it like it's something. You got to focus on all the benefits to it. Think about that first. Think about all the benefits that come with it first. That way you can logicalize this shit. You can be okay with it because tomorrow or that week after, that Friday after, you'll be able to fucking buy the thing you want to buy, or pay the bills,
Right.
or get your kids something that they said they wanted.
So think about the things that it provides.
That it provides, keep the lights on, man. Gives you a nice place to live if you want to do that. Keep your car running, get gas, shit like that. Makes your life easier.
Well,
Focus on those things.
And that's true. I would say, to add to that, one of the things I would consider is like, think about the people you benefit with through that job. If you're working with people, which I'm sure you are at some sort, right? In any job, especially if it's like some customer service of some sort, think about how you're benefiting their lives, right? How you help the customers' lives, the clients' lives. That right there is what really helps me.
Right.
When I think about that. Like, the work itself may not necessarily be something that I feel like fits me to a T, but the part that really gets me, that makes me truly enjoy it, is the people that I'm working with, the people that I'm working for, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean the company, I mean the clients, the people that, the customer, customers.
You help make their life better, and at least just in that day, very much so.
Right.
I know this for a fact, because I do the same thing every day. I work with a lot of the same people, and you build a relationship with them, you build a rapport with them. Right. And just making their day in the smallest of ways is enough to help my day go smoother. Exactly. And make me want to come back to that motherfucker, Exactly. Because it's bigger. At that point, you realize it's not even about the money at this point. Right. Because you can make that same amount of money at any other job. Right. But the reality is, there's a bigger reason why you're there. 100%. And I try to focus on that, especially on the Monday mornings where I don't feel like fucking going early in the morning, Yeah. But it's shit like that. Or like by the end of the day, when I clock out, I realize that this is a fulfilling day. I got to help somebody today.
What are some of the things that can happen if you don't find a way to enjoy your job? What can happen?
Shit, you could start suppressing certain feelings and actions that you need to do in order to stay healthy, stay sane.
So your health is neglected.
You start becoming resentful, very negative. You could be the guy who bitches every morning at work about everything you see on the news.
We all know that guy.
You know what I mean? You could be on repeat saying the same old shit, not even realize how crazy you look.
Right.
But because you're so caught up in the fucking torture of it, you're not even thinking straight no more. You low-key going crazy. Right. Because you're too caught up in all the negative sides of it. Right. And that's the downside to fucking focus on all the bad things about any situation, not just the job. Right. It's just that energy will start pulling you down, man. Right. That's an energy like anything else. And words you saying, them thoughts you thinking, those are all energy. And it's your choice. It could be, the reality is the job could be fucking boring as shit. It could be stressful. But you don't have to be stressed. You don't have to be. Right. I understand that you may be, because you made that decision to have these thoughts. That's what I mean. Use your imagination. That's your biggest gift. That's when your imagination kicks in. Yeah, I know this fucking, say example, this job is fucking dead end. Say this job is boring. It's a creativity fucking zapper, It could be soul crushing, but the thing is, you have an imagination. That's when you can escape. Tell yourself something. I don't know. Say I'm making $100 a minute doing this shit. Or I'm, use your imagination. I don't know. I can't tell you how.
Reframe the way you see it.
Yeah, reframe the way you fucking see it.
Change your perspective on it,
Change your perspective.
Because it's that whole old saying: once you change your perspective, your whole world changes. Yeah. Change the way you see it, and your whole world would change.
That's
your whole reality
would
change.
You gotta change the way you're looking at it, man. Right. You can't focus. Like I said, it may be real. It may be the reality, the negative sides, but it's not the only reality. Right. It ain't the only side. Right. You gotta look at both and choose. I think you know what? Because I know people gonna call you delusional, but so the fuck what? We all delusional in some way anyway, so don't even fucking trip off that.
Exactly.
So be delusional about something good that you want.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It's okay. What the fuck else you got to lose? Right. Well, you're already in a situation that's uncomfortable you don't want to be at, but there is a benefit to it. Focus on that.
Focus on the benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing it for? Think about it. Do you have a job just to have a job, just to pay the bills? Or do you have a job that's helping you build that business outside of your job?
Right.
What about that?
Yeah.
Right? What about that? Think about what you're doing it for.
Make it make sense.
And find a way. Matter of fact, if you don't have one, find a bigger reason of why you're doing this outside of just because I need to pay my bills and pay my rent. Yeah. Find another reason to do it, a bigger reason, something that motivates you to do it. Because if you don't have a bigger reason, there will be a lot of negative things that come behind that, like you said, depression. You'll neglect your health, mental health, physical health. Yeah. I, for one, have done it.
You might
had a
even
job.
fuck around and have a mental breakdown. Shit.
Been there too. For 10 years, I did a job that I didn't necessarily think that was fit for. I knew wasn't fit for me, but I had to find ways. That's how I was able to keep it for 10 years. I found a way to do it. I found bigger reasons why I had that job. Some of which is what I said. The people I helped, the clients that we were helping, the business that money was helping fuel the business that I was building outside of that job. Another thing, So it's imperative that you do find a reason to enjoy your job, whether you don't enjoy it right now or you do enjoy it. Find a reason and keep a reason to enjoy that job.
Even if it's that girl that you see at the job or that guy you see at the job that's very attractive and it makes your day a little bit easier.
Right.
Fucking use that then.
Exactly.
I don't recommend you tell them that because you'll probably get fired for sexual harassment. But I'm saying, if that's the case, shit, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of jobs I've been at, shit, that's the reason why I keep showing up. You know what I mean? Shit, give me a reason, something beautiful to look at.
I once had a job. I once kept a job at fucking Hardee's, or not Hardee's. What that shit called?
What?
It's another version of Hardee's. The other shit. Carl Jr. Shipping. Carl Jr. here in fucking Lakewood. Carl Jr. That's because that motherfucker fed me every day.
Right. That part.
I was able to eat there every day. Free food, motherfucker.
Yeah, I've definitely done that before.
So find a reason to find a reason to enjoy the job. Right. Here, you hold this for a while.
Even if it just means free pens.
That too, right?
Free pens, free art supplies. Who knows? Who knows what you're into? My point is, you gotta fucking find the benefit in it. You gotta make that shit benefit your life. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing? Right? You know what I'm saying? They already getting rich off you. Somebody is. Your effort, your sweat, your time that you could probably be spending on yourself and someone else that you love. Right. But no, right now you gotta do what you gotta do. Remember, you're there trading your time. You're trading your time for money. It's not slavery. I know it fucking feels like it. Sometimes it may, but it's not. You're trading your time for money. They know that, and if they don't respect that, find another thing, find another job. Because the reality is, all jobs are the same. They're all the same. Not all jobs are the same. I don't mean to say that. I mean the agreement is the same. Right. You're trading your fucking time for money.
It's give and take, though. Don't forget that. Don't think that they're just doing you any favors.
Yeah.
Okay. You're offering them a service, your work.
Yeah.
Right, and they offer you money in return to help build their business. So don't think that you have to do a damn thing. It's an agreement that you guys both come to agreement on.
Right.
You both decided on that agreement. Some people go to jobs thinking I gotta do this and I gotta do it. No, because that makes you a slave.
Right.
But you ain't no fucking slave. It's an agreement. That's what that contract is. That contract is a fucking employment. That motherfucking application that you sign.
Yeah.
That's in a contract saying that I will give my time, and my effort and my energy. In return, you pay me this much. So you don't have to just accept anything.
Right.
Right? Remember that.
Yeah, it's business, man. Like I said, this is how it works. In any type of business, you're trading something for something. It's just what it is. It just happens that in this case, when you work a job for someone else, you're trading your time for money, and that's okay. But the reality is, you can't get that back. So make this shit mean something when you're over there, because at the end of the day, you got to be there. You got to pay these bills. You got goals you're trying to meet, So to me, it just makes sense to just put the bullshit aside and focus on the bigger picture. Don't make yourself more miserable than you got to be focusing on all the bad shit. That's all that's going to happen. All you're going to do is get more miserable, more depressed, more resentful, more angry, and you're going to fuck around and say something to somebody, might fuck around and snap, might fuck around and fight, get fired. So it's not worth it. Because if you really need your job, then just be honest with yourself and then find ways to fucking, sidestep the bullshit, man. Just grow up and do what you got to do, To be honest with you, that's really what it means, to grow up and do what you got to do. Focus on the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Leave that bullshit aside. Focus on what you really got to do and what you came to do.
Once again, I'm gonna push it again. It's imperative that you find a way to enjoy your job. Don't continue to keep going to work hating your job. I'm telling you, because it'll lead to so much negativity. I've been there, done that. That was part of the. Just so you guys know, that was one of the biggest motivations I had to why I left that last job I had in St. Louis, Missouri, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And why I decided to come back home to Los Angeles, because my life was almost starting to feel meaningless. I was making pretty decent money in a town that was very cheap to live in.
Yeah.
But yet that didn't keep me happy. That did not keep me happy. I had to find a bigger purpose to continue that job. And what the biggest purpose was so I could leave the job. My wanting to leave the job is what kept me keeping the job, if that makes sense. That kept me so I could have enough money saved up, which is what I did. I used that money I had saved up to move back to LA. I had to work long enough to know this is how much I'm gonna have saved up. Then I can leave and go do what I really want to do, which is go back home to Los Angeles. But my point is, I found another reason to keep that job for 10 years. Every day I found a reason. I just put my I called it putting my work face on. You know what I mean? Not faking it, but just put myself in a different mentality.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I had to put myself in a different mentality.
Yep.
And I never allowed myself to think anything negative, because that one little negative seed is what's gonna say. It could have been that day that I said, I quit today. Fuck this. I ain't doing it no more. You know, so I couldn't allow myself to think anything negative, or allow myself to even see some of the things I didn't like. There were a lot of things I didn't like about it. You know, there were people I didn't like. There were things about it I didn't like, but I had to not focus on it. I had to actually almost ignore it, act like I didn't see it, because that's the only way to keep the mentality I had to maintain something like that, right? So I'm gonna say it again. It's super imperative to find a way to enjoy the work that you do, no matter what it is. I don't care what it is. Find a way to enjoy it, okay?
And if you like got a shitty job and they allow you to listen to headphones or something,
Yeah.
play some motivational music.
There you go.
Play some Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Play some Eye of the Tiger. Play some
Every day I'm hustling.
yeah, play
I used
some
to
Rick
do that.
Ross. Every day I'm hustling. Play some motherfucking I don't know, man, just T.I. Whatever's gonna get you motivated and focus on the prize and the whole purpose of why you're there anyway, right? Which is money.
Right.
'Cause that's all there is there in that situation, money.
Right.
And maybe food. If you work at a restaurant, shit, free food, man. You know what I mean? Make that shit count. Make
You
it
can
work.
even use that extra food to feed your friends, feed your
friends.
family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find a way of why you need that, why you have to have that job. Find a way to enjoy it.
Dig this. One time when I was homeless, I was working at a pizza place. I got paid cash at the end of the night for tips and shit. And I made pretty decent money, right? But I was really homeless. So like at the end of the night, every day after coming off of work, I had to go sleep at the beach. This beach. Or like somewhere that was some kind of safe, right? That was happening every night after work. But the one benefit that I did have is that I had a little money at the end of the night. And I also had free food, free pizza. And it was good pizza because that place was awesome. Everybody knows that. I don't want to put their name out there, but they're not paying me. But the pizza's dope. I still eat there. I still fuck with them, even after they fired me. It was a great place. Pizza's that good. But yeah, dude. What I did was I would take the extra food. Sometimes I'd give it away to some other homeless people. I almost said my fellow homeless. Whatever. But I'm saying I gave it away sometimes, and most times I ate it. You know, I gave it to this nigga. Shit, hella pizzas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I should have sold some of them, but the reality is that was the benefit that I had, and I took advantage of it. I ate the pizza, a lot of pizza, but that was the point. My point is we're talking about utilizing your resources and finding a reason to keep showing up. That was my reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, like I said, the money worked. That was the benefit too. But like I said, it was only a few benefits. It was the money and pretty much. Oh, and I also got to connect with friends and shit. You know what I mean? Play some music.
Made some good friends. That's
Made a lot of bomb ass music. I made some really good friends I still connect with to this day because of that job.
Right.
So you never know, man. It's not all bad, man. You gotta make the most of the situations where we're getting at. That's what we're talking about. So that's the reason why you should make the situation more a joy, as opposed to looking at it like a pain.
Right.
Use your imagination. Use your creativity.
Right.
Find a reason to show up, to keep going. If you gotta fold clothes and the shit sucks, fucking make a song.
Right.
Sing a song while you're doing it.
Make a game out of it.
Make a game out of it. There you go. Make it fun, man.
Be creative.
Yeah.
Be creative.
Get creative with the shit. You got to, man. Because your life, it depends on it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
There's no sense in making this a miserable one if you don't have to, man.
Exactly.
If you can make this shit enjoyable in every moment and every day, in any way you can, I suggest you fucking do it. And I recommend using your imagination
Exactly.
and being grateful while you're doing it.
Being grateful for sure.
Being grateful, because all it's gonna do is keep the situation going. That's all. And that's what you want. You want good momentum. You hear me?
So if you found any kind of value out of this at all,
Yeah.
sincerely, if you found anything that was helpful in this at all,
Yeah.
if it's not for you, that's fine. But if you know someone who might be valuable for it,
Mhm.
please take your time out right now, like this video, and press share.
For sure.
Share it to somebody who can actually help for this. Do you know somebody who hates their job right now and can't find a way to keep it, but you know they need it? Share this video with them. Maybe this will help motivate them. Maybe it'll help Take it from people who's been through this, right?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
most of all, please subscribe to our channel right now. Push subscribe. That way we can stay connected with you. That way you can leave comments as you should right now. Leave comments. Let us know. What do you think? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Share your stories in the comments. Let us know what you think. All right? Please do.
Most deaf. I just want to tell you, man, I love you, but I also love myself.
Yeah.
If I'm able to love myself, I'm able to love myself because I worked on myself. I love you because I love myself. So, love yourself for yourself.